So, hello, just thought I'd introduce myself. My name's Rob, and I'm half of the Old Time Bikers. I was aware that we've put a few videos out and you've never actually heard us, or we've never actually spoken. I thought it's about time that I just introduced myself and then the other person who's the other half of Old Time Bikers, and to let you know a little bit about us and what we do, what we're up to. Yeah, so my name's Rob, and I'm 60 years old, and I've recently come back to motorcycling after, well, maybe 40 odd years of not being on a bike. It was last year I was out with my brother. That's the other person, by the way. His name's Neil. I was out with him. We did the 2025 DGR, Distinguished Gentleman's Ride, and I was on the back as a pillion. Hadn't got a licence or anything like that, and realised how much I thoroughly enjoyed being on a bike, and decided then I was going to get back into biking. So I thought I'd do the direct access and do everything in one go. And then as I thought about it, I thought, well, that's not really a safe way to do it. I thought I'm going to need a bit more practice, a bit more road sense before I get a bigger bike. So I decided to do just the CBT, which I did last year, and that was about June, July time of last year. And a couple of days after passing the CBT, I then went out and got myself this particular bike, and this is a Zontes ZT125 GK. So it's a 125, obviously, because I'm on CBT licence, and I thoroughly love it. People will say, oh, it's a Chinese bike, they're unreliable. Well, I can say that this bike has been absolutely superb. Been very happy with it. It's reliable. You look after these things, then they'll be okay. So I look after the bike. I clean it regularly. I make sure the chain's lubed and all that sort of stuff. Get it serviced when it needs to be serviced. And the bike's been absolutely fantastic. So personally, I don't have a problem with a Chinese bike. It's very good. So we go out, my brother and myself, the Old Time Bikers, we go out. We're not interested in going fast, you know, ripping up the roads as fast as we can. We're very much a couple of riders that like pottering along the country roads and enjoying the signs, the scenery along routes. Tend to aim for places to have a nice cup of coffee, and yeah, we just want to relax at the end of the day, and that's what we do. So you'll see our videos are just us riding along. We talk to each other. We've got intercoms on our helmets, so we can talk to each other and generally have a chat. We talk about life as we're going along and have a laugh and a giggle, and we thoroughly enjoy it. We're aiming for coffee shops a lot of the time. We like to go out, and rather than just ride around for no reason, we have a destination involved, usually a coffee shop, tea room, something like that. Occasionally we'll go out with the thought of going to visit somewhere, but invariably it's just going out and enjoying the time on the bikes with a sort of destination involved. So, as I said, Neil is my brother. He's a couple of years older than me. Oh, slow down for this horse. That's a lovely horse. yeah, he's a couple of years older than me. He has had bikes virtually all his life. Very experienced rider. He was an instructor for the RAC ACU, which is no longer going, I don't believe, but he helped train people ride bikes, and he helped me originally when I was on my moped, because that's what I had all those years back, was a moped. Him and my father were both instructors, and I wasn't allowed out on the road until I'd done the RAC ACU training and passed that, which is, I suppose, very similar to the CBT of today. I just think that actually the road down there closed, which it wanted me to go down. So anyway, yeah, I think the RAC ACU was a bit more challenging than the CBT today. That's not to say the CBT isn't any good, because it is. It gave me certainly a lot of things to think about, things that I'd forgotten about. And certainly things like road sense, where to position yourself, and all those sort of things, all handy to have. But yeah, as Neil riding bikes all the time, or for many years, go out with him, and he's certainly a wealth of knowledge, and guides me and gives me advice about things as we're riding along. So that's all good. So I've got basically a free tutor. It's fantastic. And I thoroughly enjoy it. So we're going to go down here, down the A43. I've got to explain, I'm in Northamptonshire. That's where I live. And I'm just out today having a ride, enjoying this wonderful weather that has decided to show itself. It's the middle of March at the moment, 2026, and spring is on its way, so we'll be getting out even more. We did a lot of riding actually in the winter. I thought when I got the CBT, I'm going to be one of these fair weather riders, not really going to be going out in the winter or bad weather. But I'm sure many of you that are riders will understand it's any excuse to get out once the bug has bitten you. You're just looking for the reason to go out, and I'll go out. You know, if it's raining, I'm more than happy to go out, put some waterproofs on, just take my time, be careful. The only thing I really wouldn't want to do is ride in snow. I haven't had any this year, so I haven't had to think about doing that. But yeah, I'm out all the time. So that my bike is 7-8 months old, something like that, and I've done just over 6,500 miles on it, and enjoyed every one of those miles. Been very enjoyable. I don't go out on my own very often. I tend to go out with Neil, but it's just today. He's away at the moment. I just paid him a visit actually. Just went and had a cup of coffee with him. So I'm out all on my own today. So I'm in Northamptonshire. I'm on the A43. This is taking me to Corby. I live in a village towny place called Earthlingborough, which is by the side of Wellingborough. Neil lives in Wellingborough, so we're not too far away from each other. And I've just come from a place called Balwick, New Lodge Farm, in fact. Neil's got a caravan, and they've just decided to have a couple of nights away there. So I thought I'd take the opportunity to go and have a cup of coffee with him. So this is the journey back really. I'm actually going to go through Weldon rather than going on the main road. I'm going to try and keep to the back roads as much as I can, just simply because I enjoy it. The main roads are okay if you want to get somewhere quick, but the whole idea of riding for me is not the destination. It's not about how quickly can I get there. It's more about enjoying the ride itself. So if I'm only going 20 miles and it takes me an hour to do it, then I'm happy. I just want to spend as much time on the bike as I can. I enjoy the whole sensation, leading into the corners, but also the learning aspect as well, because I've been riding for 8 months or so. So much to learn and to practice. So just doing things like your road positioning, learning where best to sit as you're going into corners, for instance. Some people think, so if you look in front of us, we've got a corner come up here. Most people think that we should be going to the right hand side, so let me show you. So people think we go to the apex. That's the natural thing, that's what you think you do, but this corner here, I'll show you, we don't go to the right hand side, stay to the left hand side. The reason for that is we can see further down the road, we can see what's coming towards us better. Things like coming to a junction here is to go over to more to the middle of the road, as long as there's no oncoming cars. Keep away from the junction, so if somebody does come down there and doesn't see you or brakes late, you're well away from them. So it's all those sort of things you don't necessarily think about while you're driving a car. Driving a car, you tend to be in the middle of the road. Don't really go for the apex, not unless you're a racer, which I'm most certainly not. Junctions, again, you're limited to where you can position yourself in the road, because the car is so much wider. So on the bike then, there's a bit of difference in the way that, or the road sense that we use on the bike compared to in a car. And I'm not saying that I'm an expert in that in any way, but it's the things that I'm learning, the things that make me think as well. How can I improve my riding? Not only for safety, because that's obviously a key thing, is the safety side of things, but also to be more relaxed and enjoy the ride better, to make it more second nature really, rather than having to think about things. If you can make it second nature, like we do, driving a car, most of us, it's all second nature. We don't, in fact, think about driving a car. We just get in it and drive it. Certainly if you've been driving for any length of time, it's something you don't necessarily think about. Obviously you're aware of what's going on, and again, your road sense, you're fully aware of what's going on, but you could be thinking about other things, where at the moment on the bike, I could think about other things, don't get me wrong, but I prefer to be very much aware of what I'm doing, not so much for the safety side of things, because that's always important, but more about how can I position myself better, how can I make my ride more enjoyable, less stressful if you like. And as I say, Neil is a wealth of knowledge in those sort of things, by giving me advice, which I then practice until I try to get it second nature. So coming up here, for instance, I'm at this junction, I'm going left, but I come up to the centre of the junction, so I can see easier down the road without having to strain my neck. Things you don't do in the car, you just go up to the junction on the left hand side. And perhaps I'm talking, if you're a biker, you know what I'm talking about, and you think, well, you're just stating the obvious, and perhaps I am, but for new riders, we don't have that experience. And I'd say, some of the things that I say might help somebody. As I said, I'm not an expert, I'm not trying to be a guru or anything like that. It's just the things that I've picked up, the tricks and tips, if you like, that I've picked up, that just make life a little bit easier. So that was Weldon that we went through there, or the southern side of Weldon. We didn't go through the centre of it. But this is a little back road now. It will take us up to, I think it's the A43. We were on the A43 a few minutes ago, but I think this brings us to another part of it. So we're doing a bit of a shortcut hopefully you'll see on the screen there's a map showing where I am, and obviously you can see, I hope you can see, I've got the sat nav in front of us, in front of the camera. You might be able to make it out where we're going. So there's a great big windmill there. So the A43, yeah. So I'm going to come down here, and I'm going to veer off to the left a little bit down here to take us down a road which is called the A6116, and that'll take us from Corby to a place called Thrapston, and from there I'm going to go through some country roads. They're going to take me down towards where I live. We are getting close to rush hour, so look behind you. So we are getting close to rush hour, and we might have some cars who join us on our journey from behind. One thing to be aware of is the speedo on this bike. At the moment it's only doing, what, 48 mile an hour. But if you can see the sat nav, the GPS speed, we're actually doing 44. A little bit of speed in there, admittedly. But yeah, it's about 10% out, the bike speedo, compared to the actual speed. So if you see me riding along, sometimes I don't have the sat nav on, and you see that it looks like I'm speeding, then just remember there's 10%. I'm usually within the speed limit. So at the moment, the bike's saying I'm doing, what, 58, sat nav 55. So yeah, don't berate me if it looks like I'm speeding. I'm not into speeding, as I've said a couple of times now. I just want to enjoy the ride. The only reason I'm going fast now, or faster than I normally go, is because I've got a couple of cars behind me, and I don't want them to get impatient with me. I mean, you can see they're sitting quite a way back there, leaving me alone, which is nice. I have had times where people see the L plates and don't engage their brain and want to sit right up close to me, which is a bit ridiculous. I can't go any faster than I can go. I don't know if they're trying to push me along, they think I'm going faster, or they're just not thinking. But when that happens, I tend to just pull over. I find a lay-by or somewhere just to pull over and let them go by, because I'm really not interested in getting into any altercations with them. Now the route I was going to pick, you can see by the sat nav, you might have seen a minute ago, it was telling me to go off to the right. I was going to do that, go through a very pretty place called Downhill, but just because of time I decided I'm going to make my way home and not too much of a scenic route. But another day I'll take you through Arundel. Absolutely gorgeous place. Very, very historic. The buildings there are all oldie buildings, and it's one of my favourite places to travel through. And yes, I've been there for a cup of coffee as well. Very nice cup of coffee. So anyway, look, I'll be quiet now, unless I see something or something else I want to talk about. I'll be quiet and let you enjoy the ride with me for a little while. Ambulance going on there. So we're going to do a right here, and we're off to a place called Woodford. So we're going to get off this little, well, I say little, it's a bit of an A road. It is used quite a bit, as you see by all the potholes. Gets used quite a bit, hasn't been repaired, but let's hope they gets done soon. But down here there's going to be a turning to my left, which I'm going to go down, and you'll see that there's a ford and a bridge. We're going to go over the bridge. I'm not brave enough to go through the ford today. I can guarantee I will slip and fall off, because I am known for being pretty, well, clumsy, I suppose. May not be a good thing being on a bike and being clumsy, but no, it's more about dropping things and things like that. I'm pretty hopeless sometimes. The bike I'm alright, I haven't dropped the bike, so that's good. But I know if I go through the ford today while I'm recording, I can guarantee you I will be laying on the floor with it. So here we are. A bit quick going into that, wasn't I? But here we are. Here's the bridge. Going to give way to anything coming in the other direction, which nice and clear. And there's the ford down there. Yeah, if I went down there, you know I'd be laying in it. So not today, sorry about that. You're not going to be able to laugh at me. Maybe another day I'll have a go. There'll be a bit of suspense for you and me. Am I actually going to get through it? So this is Woodford we're coming into now. Nice little place. And other little villages around here. Great Addington, Little Addington, Stanwick, Raunds, all around this area. As we come through here, there's a bit of an opening, a bit of a green, which is pretty nice. Got a pub down here as well, which apparently does good food. I've never been to it. My wife's been to it several times. So the pub is just there. I can't remember what it's called actually. I can't see it from here, but there's the pub over there. Do some good food. Again, pretty place. Always saw that place back there. I don't know if you saw it. There's an archway. Always wondered if that was something going back historic, where horses would have gone, stagecoaches, that sort of thing. Who knows? Right, so that's Woodford. Tell you where I am. I'm now at my hometown. This is Earthingborough, and I'm sitting on the A6 at the minute, waiting to turn right. In front of me, if I wanted to carry on, sorry, not that person. If I wanted to carry on, then that would take me to a place called Rushden. That's Rushden. But we're in Earthingborough now, so I'll take us to the centre of Earthingborough. I'll take you up the road towards my home, and I will nearly be back. So not much of a ride out really, but it was nice to have the opportunity to talk to you and let you know about me and Neil, and I'm sure you'll know and learn more about us as I do more of these videos where I'm talking to the camera, talking to you. Because I think sometimes just watching a video of me and Neil riding along could be a little bit boring. So I'll put more videos up, I think, of certainly of me talking to you. And I don't know, we might do it where you can hear the conversations that we have. But saying that though, some of them are a bit risque, and some of the things we talk about may not be welcome on YouTube, but we'll see. You certainly hear more from me. So thanks for joining me. Thank you for taking the time to stay with me. If you've stayed with me this long to this part of the video, thanks so much. I do appreciate it. And until next time, thanks very much. Take care, be safe, and I'll see you on my next journey. Bye.